Hello, Steve White, TripBoy89 for Steve Outs 89. Well, I think most Star Trek fans, like myself, live with a kind of apathy, like you kind of feel Star Trek is dead and has been. And although there's hope it could be saved, there hasn't really been much sign of that happening. But something has happened to encourage me. Not within Star Trek or within Paramount, but with Marvel, with Daredevil. Now, once upon a time, there were a bunch of Marvel shows being done for Netflix. And then when Marvel and Disney were going to be creating their own streaming service, Netflix killed those shows and absolutely destroyed them just so Disney couldn't get them and make money out of them. So it was basically sabotage, and those were sort of thought to be dead. And then when there was talk of them reviving, basically making a new Daredevil show, the assumption was they were going to be rebooting, starting from scratch, and they did start that apparently. And then they looked at it and said, no, this is not working. They tossed it all and started over again, going back to what was established with Marvel, taking what worked, and apparently it's going to continue on, and now that's all canon. And that gives me some hope, because that's what they need to do with Star Trek. They need to just ditch what they're doing now, go back to what worked before, and bring it into the future with improvements and so forth, and production, improved in production, stuff like that, but keep the basic core of the universe and the format and what worked about the show, rather than trying to reinvent it or just everything they've been doing the last like 6 years with that show, with Star Trek. So I'm a little bit encouraged, because if Marvel could turn around and go, yeah, no, we need to swallow our pride, go back, start over again because this is not working, rather than push on with it and double down. Paramount could do the same thing. They could say, okay, no, this is not working, let's just go back to the drawing board, or go back to what worked before and then just continue on with what was working, rather than do this other thing that no one likes and no one wants and doesn't work. So it gives me a little bit of hope, because this is a major studio spending a lot of money to basically backflip and throw out a lot of things that they'd started working on that weren't working, in order to get it right. So it's possible, it can be done. Marvel did it with Daredevil. In theory, Paramount could do it with Star Trek. It could happen. So I have some hope. So I just wanted to share that little glimmer, tiny little glimmer of hope. I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Do you think this is a possibility? Am I being ridiculous? Am I being just overly